Well, Governor JB Pritzker was just on CNN talking about Illinois' gun ban he enacted this week and how Illinois is just one of now 9 states that have this ban and has among the most restrictive gun ban in the country of those 9 total states. He talked about the sheriffs that aren't enforcing it. Essentially, we've heard that time and again of the governor talking about how they have to do their job and enforce the law. But on CNN, he was also asked about how he thinks this is going to stand up to constitutional scrutiny, especially after some recent Supreme Court decisions about the Second Amendment. So I do want to air some of that. I was able to capture it here live. And we'll also see if we can queue up where we talked with Richard Pearson from the Illinois State Rifle Association about that particular idea of, hey, there's 8 other states that have a weapons ban of this sort. Why is Illinois' ban going to be shot down? Here again is the governor on CNN. Let me get this queued up so that we can hear it again. This is just moments ago. So I want to share this with you on WMAY.
The note that Alito and Clarence Thomas put out was a note about the procedural context of this law that they left in place. We know the way they're going to vote, but I have to say we have 8 states that have passed assault weapons bans. We're the 9th state. So we believe that the Supreme Court will take into account the fact that these are established law, have been for some time, and that these are weapons that kill people, worshipers in church and students at school, and will leave in place our ban because these weapons truly are some of the most dangerous.
Right, and of course it passed Supreme Court muster many years ago when a national ban was passed in the 90s. Governor Pritzker, we appreciate you joining the broadcast this morning.
Again, that's Governor Pritzker on CNN this morning, just moments ago, talking about how he believes the Supreme Court's going to look at all the 8 other states that have gun bans in place, and he believes that they're going to uphold Illinois' gun ban. Well, we asked Illinois State Rifle Association's Richard Pearson this exact question earlier this morning when we chatted with him about the State Rifle Association's measure to file litigation against the state, and in particular, federal court, looking to take it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court if necessary. And again, here's Richard Pearson in the question that I asked him about whether or not, it's going to stand scrutiny. Let me make sure I can cue this up because, again, this is just now happening, getting reaction to the governor. But
are out.
Let me see if I can cue this up for you.
Need analysis is out. One of the things that
decision differed from previous Supreme Court decisions. How so? I hear a lot about let me get to this. Why is this a case
New
that
York? New York City had a so forth and so on, and so Bruin.
Let me again cue this up.
Well, we're the first state since.
Here we go. All right, yeah. So here it is. So again, this was a question that was actually posed by a listener on YouTube, saying, "Well, what makes this different than the state Supreme Court, or rather the U.S. Supreme Court, looking at previous statewide gun bans? What makes Illinois' case different from the rest of these other states that have these gun bans in place? How are you feeling that this is going to be a successful challenge, considering there are 8 other states that have. This is from earlier this morning. You can see the entire interview at Bishop on Air's YouTube.
First state since the Bruin decision that the Supreme Court came down with in October. The New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, which is a partner of ours in New York, sued under City of New York and New York several things, several items. One, you couldn't transport a gun, so forth and so on, so Bruin, Judge Thomas particularly, wrote a new opinion of the Second Amendment, and this is the first case that's going to hit with that that new opinion in place.
So again, that's Richard Pearson earlier this morning reacting to that question that Governor JB Pritzker was asked about on CNN this morning of how exactly he anticipates this Supreme Court to rule on a statewide gun ban, like is in other states, 8 other states. So interesting to hear that back and forth live this morning, and that's one of the great things we do with live radio as we can monitor all of this for you on WMAY. I'm Greg Bishop. We typically do Hero of the Week in this segment, and I did get a Hero of the Week vote from a listener who wanted to make sure that they shared their hero vote for all of the sheriffs that are standing up to the governor. Let me just read this to you. All the sheriffs holding up Illinois law-abiding citizens' Second Amendment rights. Thank you all, Jeff says, for Hero of the Week. You can always email bishoponair@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search Bishop on Air. We can connect that way. We'll wrap things up next. It's 8:49 now on